everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is Jen with Home Una's Plans, and I am back with another memory spread. For this week, I will be planning out the week of August 14th through August 20th using this stunning kit from Twolilbees called Just Peachy. Unfortunately, Maria's shop is no longer open, which saddens my soul so much because we all know how amazing her kits were/are, because I still have a couple left. I've been holding onto this kit since I want to say last summer. And I contemplated holding on to it for just a little bit longer because Maria's shop is no longer open, but I was like, you know what a better way to homage and pay tribute to Maria and her amazing stickers than by using her kit, right? Right. So I was so excited with how the spread turned out. I love all of the peachy tones and the pinks and the corals and all the fun elements that I pulled in. I had a ton of extras for this kit. I think this was one of the most deluxe kits that I've purchased from Twolilbees. Well, last summer, before her format changed. There was a point whenever I would buy like 18 add-ons for Twolilbees kits, which I'm not mad at. I know some people have mixed feelings about how many add-ons you can get in a kit, but I'm the type of person to where I'm like, I want everything for a kit. I want to make sure that I have enough, not just for my memory spread, but for all of the planners that I use, because I enjoy having my planners kind of match each other. I like having them all uniform. So I love all of the add-ons that we get for kits these days. But anyways, I did another horizontal sidebar this week. I'm looking at my spread to get ready because for the next several spreads, they're all horizontal sidebars. And I don't know what it was. I think I just got into a groove, and I felt like I could do more creative things with horizontal sidebars. So again, sorry, not sorry. I pulled in a deco sheet from Carousel Cottage and added it in with some peach deco pieces from the kit, like the big bouquet of flowers up in that corner behind that girl. That girl's from Red Lyrics, obviously. But that bouquet of flowers is from Carousel Cottage, along with the window and the bike. I just felt like they all kind of complemented this spread and gave it kind of like a fun, sunsetty summertime vibe. I pulled in the little picnic blanket that was an add-on that came with the kit, and then I pulled in so many dot accents throughout this spread. And the reason I did that, I had different dot accents that were different weights as well, and I felt like that just looked like different size, like peaches, their little circles, and I just had so much fun. Up in the date covers, I pulled in some half scallops from Panda Bird Design. You would think at this point, because this is the third or fourth time that I've done this in this planner, you would think by now I would just bite the bullet and go to Panda Bird Design and buy the gathered layers date cover strips. I haven't done that yet because I can't justify it. I'm like, I have stuff in my collection that I can, do DIY stuff, and I want to make sure I use that before I go and make that purchase. So it will happen, but I'm trying to use my collection first. I pulled in the string lights. Those are actually single string light deco pieces. Those are from Ink Paper Plan, and I thought it was so great because in the double full box that I put on Wednesday and Thursday, they have those exact same string light deco, foil deco pieces. Maria put them in there, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. I'll just put this at the top and it'll look like a summer string light, and it was awesome. I really love how the date cover section turned out. I pulled in the days of the week scripts are from Paper Trail Plans, and of course all of the deco pieces, all the peach deco pieces, are from the kit. I had 4 or 5 different floral add-ons, and I loved all of the different size peaches that Maria added onto it. I can't say how much I love this kit. I can't say it enough. It's an amazing kit, and every time I look at a spread from Twolilbees, I get both happy and sad because they're some of my favorite spreads, and I won't get to do them anymore. I have a couple of kits left from Twolilbees, and once they're done, they're done. And obviously I wish Maria the best because she's amazing, and I hope, her family is doing well. But yeah, so if you have any other questions about the base of the spread, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'm gonna get into the day-to-day. This is actually a really fun week. My sister and her husband and her 2 little boys came into town, and they stayed for an entire week, which is great. I've talked about this before. I have family that is spread out all over the country. I have four siblings. Like, I'm one of five, and two of my older siblings, like my older brother, who is married to my childhood best friend, lives up in Colorado. And actually in a couple weeks, I will be doing a spread where me and my husband and my dad and my younger brother went to go visit them, which I'm really excited about that one. And then my sister, who came to visit this particular week, she lives up in Idaho. So it's really hard when your family is so close and having siblings who are so far away, because my siblings have always been, and they always will be, like, my best friends. It's really important to me that I stay close to my siblings and stay close to my family. And so having them so far away is always just, like, really hard. So I really enjoyed that my sister came down to visit for an entire week. I felt kind of spoiled. But anyways, I marked that I slept in on this day, and I pulled in an alarm clock icon that my mom made for me. I marked that my sister and her husband came into town with a house icon from White Deer Stationery. I pulled in a lot of White Deer Stationery icons. I think this is I only pulled in like 3 foiled icons. This spread is primarily White Deer Stationery, which, I don't know, I feel like the soft colors in the White Deer Stationery icons really complement this spread. And the gold foil in this kit was very, like, pronounced, and so I didn't want to overcrowd it with foil, if that makes sense. Like, obviously I add foiled accents all throughout the spread, but I wanted to kind of keep the foiled icons. So I don't know if that makes sense, but in my head it made sense to me. Oh wow, I am moving so fast here. Okay, so we had a movie night with my sister and her husband, so I marked that with a midi box, some florals, and then the popcorn icon from White Deer Stationery. I marked that I taught a Zoom class with my sister. She's actually the one that I work the online fitness business that I have with. Like, we teach online Zoom classes together, and it was really fun because we were able to teach Zoom classes together this week, which was a lot of fun. And then to cap off the night, I played catch up in my journal. I haven't shared a lot of my journal. At the beginning of the year, I shared a lot of my weekly journal spreads on my Instagram. I did journal reels. Let me know if you guys would want me to bring those back, because I actually had a lot of fun doing those. I enjoy making reels. I've been really into making reels and TikToks nowadays, because all throughout September I made TikToks for my makeup series, which, if you guys haven't yet, my makeup Instagram is Jens_SFX_. I am in the thick of doing my 13 Nights of Halloween, because yes, even though this spread is from August, currently it's October. So anyways, I'll leave that down below. But back to the spread. On Tuesday, I marked going to the gym in the morning with my sister, and then we had a pool day. My family came over to mine and my husband's apartment complex, and we went swimming in our pool. We have a really nice pool over here. That's one of, like, I love our apartment complex, but one of the coolest things about our apartment complex is probably our pool. So my family came over and we had a swim day, and then my sister and I taught another Zoom class together, and then I marked snuggling the baby. My sister has an adorable little baby boy, and he is just he looks like a Cabbage Patch baby. Like, he's so stinking cute. And so I marked that I got to snuggle with him. You know, babies up that serotonin level, y'all. It was so nice. And I marked that with a little baby bottle icon from White Deer Stationery. And then I marked that my older nephew, my sister's older boy, came over to mine and my husband's apartment, and he played Fall Guys with my husband. It's so sweet. He adores my husband so much, and he and my husband played Fall Guys on my husband's Xbox. Like, we let him stay up past his bedtime. Like, I asked his mom, obviously. I was like, hey, is it okay if he stays up a little bit later? She goes, yeah, it's fine. He's on vacation. So they played Fall Guys until really late, which was so sweet. And I think my husband enjoyed it just as much as he did, which was adorable. And I marked that with a little Xbox controller icon from White Deer Stationery. Jumping over to Wednesday, starting off the day, me and my husband had our big grocery run for the month. I've talked about this, I can't tell you how many times, but me and my husband do one big grocery run a month. Like, obviously, if there's, like, meals that we're gonna cook and they need, like, an ingredient or two, we'll go to the store, like, throughout the week. But when we're talking, like, the bulk of, like, the food, we go once a month and we do a big grocery run, and that's what we did on this day. So to mark that, I pulled in one of the swatch floral boxes, a bunch of foiled dot pieces, and then the little grocery bag is, of course, from White Deer Stationery. Oh, these little swooshy divider things. So those are actually from Rose Colored Days. And I don't know if you're an OG, do you guys remember when these little flourishes had their moment? Like they were so popular. I remember they were in all of my favorite Planner Girl spreads, like Gathered Plans, Tay, Plan Mosh Plan, all of my favorites had these flourishes, and I was like, I have to get my hands on them. So I remember purchasing so many, and then I remember I got them on white paper, like premium matte paper, and so I haven't used them, but I pulled them into this spread and I was like, why not? And I'm actually not mad at the fact that they're on premium. Like they match the paper pretty dang well, so I'm not mad about it. So pulled that in, marked that we went swimming with the family again, and I pulled in the little beach blanket with the flip-flops for that. I marked that my dad grilled on this day. I think he grilled chicken. He grilled bourbon chicken on this night. Oh my gosh, I think I've talked about this before, but my dad makes the most amazing bourbon chicken. It is so freaking good. My mom marinades it, and then, oh my gosh, it's amazing. So I marked that my dad grilled, and then I marked that my nephew stayed the night with us because he like fell in love with my husband. Like my husband is his favorite uncle at the moment because my husband played video games with him. So he stayed over with me and my husband. They played some more Fall Guys and talked about music because my husband's in a band and my nephew is very obsessed with music. So they talked about music and just became like best friends, which is amazing. And then after we put my nephew to bed, me and my hubby just watched some TV together, and that's how we capped off Wednesday. Jumping over to Thursday, I marked that I woke up and got ready because me and my sister were going to head over to my other sister's house. She lives an hour away from me and my family. So I marked that we got ready to go over and do that and visit with my sister. I marked that with a little midi box with some florals and some little peach deco. I pulled in another one of those. I think I pulled in one of those flourishes from Rose Colored Days every single day. Yes, I did. The little car icon, that's actually a custom that my mom made. That's a RAV4. I have a RAV4, and my mom was so nice, and she looked up an image and she made me some custom RAV4 stickers, which I'm so spoiled, y'all. Then I marked that we watched a movie with one of our good friends. And I really like how I marked that. I pulled in the little scallop square box and I layered it with some peach deco and some floral deco. Pulled in another one of those popcorn icons, and obviously I think the only foiled like accent piece that I used in this entire spread was the dots. Oh my gosh, it is. I love it. I'm not mad at that. I love just all the different dots, like confettied all throughout the pages. I think that's great. I marked that I made some spaghetti and meatballs on this night, which I was really proud of myself. I was really happy with how that turned out. My mom taught me how to make like the best pasta sauce, like true marinara sauce, and I've seen her make meatballs before, but I've been like too intimidated to try it. And my husband was like, no, I really want meatballs. And I was like, okay. So I gave it a shot and I was so happy with how it turned out. It was so freaking good. And then I marked that we were up just like way too late on this day. I think our friends stay over like really, really late. So I marked that with a quarter box and then the pajamas icon from Winter Stationery. On Friday, I marked that we went to the gym in the morning, we meaning me, my sister, and my brother-in-law, and I marked that with a swatch box with some florals and the little running shoes icon from Winter Stationery. I pulled in another one of those flourishes from Rose Colored Days. I gotta start using those more often. I have so many of them, and I thought that them being on premium matte would bother me, but it doesn't. I really like the way that this looks in my spread. Then I marked that I went to Hobby Lobby with my mom. That's always so much fun going to Hobby Lobby with my mom. Like we always go and look at stickers and all kinds of fun stuff like that. We're also just very crafty people in my family. So going to the craft store with my mom is always such a good time. I marked that with that looks like it's a third box. Yeah, I marked that with a third box, some floral deco, and then the little pen cup icon is from, obviously, Winter Stationery. Then I marked baby time, which obviously means I think I was babysitting my little nephew because my sister, she used to live here, and so when she comes down to visit, she tries to go and visit some of her friends, and I babysat her little guy while she went to go and visit some of her friends, and I marked that with one of the little mini fancy boxes that came with the kit and the pacifier from Winter Stationery. Stationery. I love all these little baby icons from White Deer Stationery. I have so many of them to mark like my nieces and nephews and all kinds of stuff like that. And I'm so glad I have so many because I pulled in several. Then I marked that I had a YouTube binge, and I marked that with just some florals on either side of the column, and then the pink YouTube play button from White Deer Stationery. And to cap off the night, I just read and relaxed. I think I've talked about this before. I have an app on my phone. It's a reading app, and it just has different books that you can read through, and I read at it here and there. The little book stack. I love the little book stack icon. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so on Saturday, this was my dad's birthday. He turned 62, and I got this trick from Rachel of Gathered Plans where when she marks someone's birthday, she'll put the balloon bunch and then she'll put numbers in the balloons of like how old they're turning, which I thought was just so clever. So I did that for my dad's birthday. I always joke because my dad is 62, but he does not act like he's 62. Like y'all, he helps produce my husband's metal band, and he goes to like all these metal shows, and he's such a cool guy. Like I love my dad so much. I've been a daddy's girl my whole entire life. He is like the best man that's ever existed on this planet. Change my mind, you won't be able to. He and my husband are like best friends. Like, it's so funny because my husband reminds me a lot of my dad, and there's like an old saying where it's like, you know, you end up marrying someone who's like your dad or whatever. And I'm like, oh, yep, that's true. So anyways, I loved marking, you know, my dad's birthday. And it was actually pretty funny because my dad and I worked together on this day. We had work together on his birthday. So I marked getting ready, and then I marked an airbrush event because me and my dad had an airbrush event together, which was great because that meant that I got to spend my dad's birthday with him. After our event, we went and we got ices. Okay, so in the summertime, if my dad and I had a gig together, like a job together, because it was so hot, we would always stop and like find somewhere to get ices, like a 7-Eleven icy. And because it was his birthday, I told him, I was like, all right, Dad, after this job is done, we're gonna go get ices because it's your birthday. So we went and we got ices, and I loved how I marked that with the little fancy box and the florals and the little peach deco, and then the little drink cup. Obviously, that's one of my favorite icons from White Deer Stationery. And then to cap off the night, I just marked that we relaxed at home. I pulled in a swatch box and then layered it underneath that floral trim at the top of that full box. And then the pajamas icon is obvious. All the icons are from White Deer Stationery unless it's foiled. Anyways, on Sunday I marked getting up and getting ready with a swatch floral box from the kit, the little and the little powder like compact icon. Pulled in another one of those flourishes from Rose Colored Days. Then I marked that we went to church with the whole family, which was great. My sister, who lives like an hour and a half away from us, came to church with us on this day. Then I marked that we had a big like family get together over at my parents' house because it was my dad's birthday. We were celebrating my dad's birthday. So we marked, I marked that we had burgers and hot dogs. Then after lunch, I took a nap with my sister's baby. I'm telling you guys, like, okay, if you've ever, those of you with babies know that all you have to do is snuggle them whenever they're tired, and after you've had like some food and like just snuggle the baby, you'll fall asleep. It's like Ambien. It's insane. So I marked that with another scallop box and then the little baby bottle icon, which I think is just so cute. I'm really gonna miss all of the scallop boxes that used to come with Twolilbees kits because I love scallop boxes. I think that they layer so nicely. I love like layering them with florals. I'm gonna miss it. And then to cap off the night, I just read and relaxed. I pulled in a scalloped label from the kit, layered it with some florals, and then the book icon is once again White Deer Stationery. These are the leftovers that I had from this kit. I did pull in a bunch of these leftovers into some of my other planners, which I was so happy about because, like I said, I want to stretch all of my Twolilbees kits to their limit because I don't have Maria anymore. So anyways, this is the spread along with a Viv Wiggle. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I know this plan with me is so late. I've been talking about my summer spreads getting posted for so long, and this happens to me every year. This is the busy season. Like, I'm only like 3 spreads behind, but plan with me wise, y'all, I'm like 8 spreads. Like, y'all have some Plan With Me's coming. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jen. I do planner things. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope everybody's staying safe and staying well, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.